Today, let's take an in-depth look into the Excel formula vlookup. As the name suggests, this formula will look up data from a worksheet vertically. When we will use this formula? Well, in cases when we have a certain data set, a source of data, and we want to extract certain piece of data from this big source of data, then we will use vlookup so that we can display only those extracted information. To demonstrate, let's come back to our previous example to calculate the wages for staff. Remember, we have to enter the staff name each month. See here, their name. And we also have their ID here. But in practice, we really do not have to enter their name because these are repeated information, ID and name. They are referring to the same person. What I mean is that even we don't have name, we will still know the staff with staff ID are working for 5 hours and his wages is $100. But of course, if we display their name at the same time, the worksheet will look more clear. And we may also want to display extra information like their team. Suppose we have their team name later. So here I will demonstrate how to use Excel formula to get this extra information displayed without repeating to enter the name month by month. And let's say we have another worksheet here. That is the source data, and we suppose we already have their name, the team name, and their name. Well, from here, one may wonder, why don't we use the old skill, the cell reference skill that we demonstrate in other YouTube to get their names like this? Because they're the first one, so we simply get the first name here, and then we use an extra autofill to get their name. It seems to be correct from the first sight, but if the data set is not in the same order as the monthly data we are entering, then this method will have a problem. Suppose the data is not like this. Suppose we have an extra staff and his number is 6. Name is John from 6. So if we just use the previous skill, just use cell reference skill without considering their ID, then you see the ID 3 is John, but the ID 6 is John, ID 3 is Coco, and all other are wrong. 4 is not Coco. So to fix this problem, or to be accurate, we will use another Excel formula to do it more properly. We will use vlookup. This formula requires 4 arguments. When we say arguments, we mean the input to a function. The first argument is the lookup value. That is the value we are going to check against. Usually it is in form of a unique value, a unique ID. Here it is the first column, so we pick it, and then we supply Excel with the second argument, the table array. This table array means the source data, the specific range of the source data. You see, the source data is staff data, and we specify its range. We also include its the team name because we will use the team name later. And after we do this, we press enter. Oh, sorry. After we do this, we should press comma to go to the third argument. The third argument, Excel suggests is named to be column index number. This column index number means the range of data we are specifying, but which column of this range of data to extract. For staff name, it is the second column because the first column is ID, second is name, and the third is team name, so we use the second number. And the last argument, range lookup, we simply enter false or 0 because this false and 0 or 0 means exactly match, and we want it to be exactly match. And after we do this, close the bracket and press enter. Now you see we have either here exactly correct, and then now we can use the autofill function and everything will be correct. They seem to be correct, but they are a little bit problem. If your mind is clear enough, you will notice that. Take a look here for the range table array. You see this one is correct, A2C7 exactly. However, when we use autofill, Excel will move the range number to A3C8. That is not correct, but it still works here. Why? Because A3C8, you see A3C8, it still includes band. It just excludes either. That means if that is not true, that is 1, we will get a wrong number, but 1 should get either. So how do we fix this problem? We can use absolute referencing here to fix the reference range to A2C7, so that after we use autofill in Excel, it won't move the number. You see, it is still A2C7 for all the cells, A2C7. So now, even it is ID1, it won't get wrong results. And next, we may also wish to enter the team number to get the team number. We can simply use copy and paste or drag the cell to the right. However, you will see not available. Why does this happen? That is the same source of problem of autofill in Excel. You take a look for the first lookup data one. That's the lookup value argument. It is A2, but after you drag it, it becomes B2. B2, the name. The name is incorrect. You see, you couldn't get the name there because Excel will look up data. When you use vlookup, it will look up data from the left hand side, the most left side. That is what the ID column. So here again we will use absolute referencing to fix this, so that it will always refer to A2. You see the $sign is before A2, not everything, because 2 have to be autofilled to auto-generate by Excel. So we won't fix 2, we won't fix the row, but we will fix the column. When we fix the column, and then we drag it, you see A2 is still A2, it won't become B2. But we still have problem, we didn't get the team name. What is happening? You take a look for the third argument, that is the column index number, which column to look up, to show up. We are still showing up the second column, so we change this number to 3. You see, we also get their team name, and then we drag it down. Everything is done. Now I'm going to tell you a trick in Excel to simplify the step to specify range in Excel. You see, we are specifying the range like this: staff data A2 C7, but if we do this every month, that seems to be a little bit troublesome because we have to specify the range again. In Excel, there is a function called naming the range, which means after we select a range and then we use formula and define their name. Here, define their name and give them a name. Say staff and enter. Then from now on, we may either click their name directly or we can simply enter staff. You see, Excel will suggest a staff here, staff, and we will also get the same result. And this will also work for another month. We simply copy it to month 8. You see, this technique is very useful because we can have a more intuitive understanding of the range we are talking about.